Okay, Simmers, so one of the issues that we all come up against when we start the Sims FreePlay game is that we don't start out with a lot of money and we don't start out with very nice houses. So when we first looked, this is a house that I took that was partially furnished. It was the one bedroom and it had a kitchen and a bathroom. The dining room was in the living room. So I wanted to address some of the issues that we see starting out. Usually, all of the rooms are just boxes. There's nothing of interest. There's no closets, there's no entryways, and they're either ridiculously large and ill furnished, or they're just a little box and they're unusable. So I wanted to show that it's very possible on a budget to make a tolerable house to look at that is fully functional with some interesting and more realistic spaces included. So with this house, in the bedroom, I put it up so you could see the walls and the carpets. These are cheap walls and carpets, but they're not hideous. So we did a brown in the bedroom, and we did a cream paint in the, let's see, what was it? I pre-built it just for the sake of time, but I wanted to give you a tour of it. So what paint did we use out here? So it was nope, not the sandy finish. It was, nope, one of the starter colors. Just one moment while I find it. One moment, we're almost there. I've been playing the game for a while, so I have a little bit more, but I remember the struggle when I first started out. Everything was ugly. Yes, it's a cream paint in all the rooms except the bedroom. I used the brown paint. The brown just adds a little bit of richness and interest. So there you go with that. And the carpet was just a tan, cheap $5 a foot carpet. So in the living room, took out the dining room table and just put in two mid-price. They're very cheap, but still nice to look at. Love seats with a really economical carpet. You really need some magazines when you're first starting out. These windows are the cheap windows, but as you can see in this build, they're not hideous. They're okay. And it's nice to have an entryway and to show you how small an entryway can be. This one is just a 3x1 strip of floor and room, and on one side we have the phone, and on the other side we have the light. It's a wall light here. If you have a ceiling light, by all means you could use that. And I didn't dress this very well. You can put your own pictures and art in here. Plants are really nice. I just wanted to give an idea of the dimensions you can use and the little extras you can put in to make it more realistic and nicer to look at. So I used the cheapest cabinets and the smallest kitchen that you can get away with. It's going to be functional and economical. Is going to be a 2-tile by 6-tile kitchen. And what that gives you, let me pull it down so you can see, is a toaster, a microwave, a coffee pot, a fridge, and an oven and a sink. That's really, you need at least that much. I guess you could actually get rid of even one of the counters if you wanted. Anyway, and as you can see, nothing is obstructing each other. The toaster and the microwave are obstructed. I always put them in the corner, and the reason for that is because they don't have to be accessible. Let me show you this. The toaster can still be functional, even though it's not aiming out and you can't get to it and use it. Same thing with the microwave. So those are nice to put in the corner, and it makes your cooking faster too because they don't actually go over there to use it. It's just assumed. The coffee pot does need to be accessible. And as I said, we could actually even take the extra counter there out because, there you go. Let's take that counter out. It doesn't really nicely connect anyway, so this particular set of counters doesn't have a corner counter that I've ever seen. Anyway, so that still leaves you one area to set your food down when you're done cooking. There is your light. Nothing is obstructed, as I mentioned. They can get to everything to use it. Say one person wants to wash dishes, the other person is cooking, they can both get there. Nobody's obstructing the refrigerator. It's all usable. Same with the coffee pot. All usable space. So then, made a little dining room. It's a 4x3. You could actually even make it a 4x2, but we had a little room. Why not? So the bedroom, as you can see, let me get out of the home store. As you can see, we used a really economical bed, and we used 2 of the cheapest windows, 2 of the cheap bed tables, and it still looks really nice. Now the bathroom and the closet are 2 areas I wanted to show you. Closets in the Sims FreePlay are generally not built in. That's really not, it's just boring, it's awkward looking, and it's not real. Everybody has closets, so if you make yourself a little 2x1 room, you can put a dresser in there. Later on in the game, you're going to get more expensive, nicer things. You know, the 1x1 dressers. You can put those in there as well. You'll also get clothing racks you can put in there. But for now, when you're first starting out, this is a nice way to add just a little realism and interest to your home. So in the bathroom, we used a 2x3 space next to the closet, and that gives us a little, and as you can see, you can come in from the bedroom. It's a private bathroom, and just go ahead and use that sink, step through into the 3x1 tile shower and toilet area. There you go. And of course, you know, you could add another guest bathroom. As you can see, I put flower beds here, and that's nice. You can put whatever plants you want there, you know, but you could totally just do a little 2x1 tile area right next to the entry and make that a guest bathroom if you wanted. So, you know, you have room to put in a stereo. You have room to put in a desk, because a desk is pretty important in the beginning of the game. I didn't choose to do that. I just wanted to show you what you can do to add some interest. But the wood floors there are very inexpensive. I want to say they were 15 simoleons per foot. Some tile, however you want to say it. I used some inexpensive lights, and hopefully this just gives you some ideas about how to use smaller spaces, more realistic spaces, and just do it on a budget so that your early houses are just nicer to look at. I hope this helped. If you have any questions or comments, just drop them down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time.